Hey everybody, it's your old pal Steve Moore here. I wanted to dive into a shoe that I've put a bunch of miles in and I really have kind of decided I have sort of a love-hate relationship with. This is the Hoka Skyward X. This is a $225 competitive super comp trainer type shoe. It's meant to be an everyday trainer with a plate into it. Obviously, as you can tell, it's a massive shoe. You know, this shoe on the men's is over 11 ounces and it's got like 46 millimeters of stack height. It's a big shoe. It has been a great shoe for me in a lot of ways, and it also has sort of let me down in a couple others. So we're gonna dive into some of the things that have made this shoe what it is and why I have such a love-hate relationship with it. But real quick, if you're excited about this video and you're enjoying what we're doing, do me a solid, like and subscribe. It really certainly helps us find new people out there in the YouTube world. So what do we love about this shoe? I will tell you, I'm doing a lot of longer mile runs and I have put this shoe through its paces. This shoe now has like 260 miles on it, perhaps somewhere around there. I've run a marathon in it. I've run a bunch of 20+ mile runs on the road in it. I've done stuff on like a gravel, like a rail traily type stuff in it. I've done a little bit of everything into it. As you can tell, it's pretty beat up. It's got a lot of wear and tear on it. There's a reason why it's got a lot of wear and tear in it. I pull it frequently. I would say of like the shoes that I've run in 2024, this is one of my favorites for a lot of reasons. I would say like if I'm looking for a shoe to effortlessly make me run, this is probably one of my top 2 or 3 shoes. You know, like I've been doing a lot of like back-to-back long run days and such, and like when I'm kind of just feeling beat up and I just want the run to sort of be over with, this is the first shoe I'm going for. It really, and I've honestly done a run where I did 10 miles in a similar shoe and then come back in and swapped out and put this on. There's not a whole lot of comparison. This shoe just does the work for you. You just kind of pop along in this shoe. You don't feel the ground whatsoever. I mean, really, how could you? You've got cushion, you've got a carbon plate, you've got 2 different levels of midsole. We've got like a traditional EVA midsole, plus we also have the PIBA midsole in there, plus we've got a carbon plate. So we've got like a stability from an EVA midsole, we've got the bounce of the PIBA, and we have the plate sandwiched between them. It gives you so much of things to like and not worry about the ground. It bothers my feet. I want to love everything about this, but there's no other way around it. Unlike some of the other carbon plated shoes I've run in a ton, it's definitely stiffer through the toe box. And I'm usually one of the people who's like, I want a stiff shoe because I don't want to sink in a shoe. So like on paper, this checks all those. And it really does. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It just bounces. You're not sinking in this shoe. You just feel protected on this tank. But as somebody who has like width issues and bunion issues, this shoe hurts my foot afterwards. So like it's one of those, I know what I'm going to get out of this shoe. I'm going to put it on and I'm going to have a great effortless run. I also know that later in the day, I'm going to pay for it. I'm also going to pay for perhaps a little bit of extra hip wear and tear because I supinate terribly in this shoe. I will say for like an expensive $225 shoe, this shoe is pretty beat. I mean, you can really see I've like gone down pretty hard on the midsole in this shoe. And I know part of it is because I did do some runs on gravel roads and such, but not that much. Majority of this is still just road stuff, but it does kind of break down. And for a shoe of that price point, especially when I compare it to some of its competitors that have very equal miles, very equal distances I've run on it in the same terrains, this is kind of broken down the fastest. And also in that category, it's the narrowest. You know, I wish this shoe had just a little bit more flex into it. I will say that it did get a little bit better. My first run or two, I thought I was gonna have to retire it just because it irked my feet. It got a little bit wider as I ran into it, but the stiffness to the toe box certainly still irritates my bunions and my feet just in general, just sort of ache a little bit more after this. But as far as like when I'm in a good foot position or like if my feet aren't too banged up, I'm gonna pull this all the time. And even on days where like my feet are a little bit sensitive, I still pull it a lot because it's just a damn good shoe. So like I have this certain love-hate relationship with it. This shoe has done very well for us at the shop. And speaking to some Hoka people, it's done very well for Hoka as well. So like it's an awesome trainer. I just wish there was a few things that were different. I wish the wear pattern was a little better. There was just a little bit more flex in the toe, and I wish there was just a little bit more love in the toe box room. Besides that, it's an awesome trainer. If you're looking for something to like get ready for a longer race, or you just don't want to feel the ground, you're somebody who like works all day and does a longer run the next day, and you're constantly feeling beat up, damn, Skyward X. Awesome shoe, but just know there's a few things that could be better. and I want to wear this shoe for an upcoming race, but like, I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I'm literally like, I don't know if I want to wear this shoe for this race because while I love it, I'm going to pay for it. So it's going to be a game time decision. So anyway, I just want to do a little follow up on a shoe that we reviewed and talked about, and now I've really put it through its paces. So if you've run the Skyward X and you have similar or different opinions, leave them down in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And if you wanted to grab a Skyward X, enter promo code RUNMOORE. You'll save 10% and we'll ship this massive shoe out to you for free. Thanks so much for watching our channel. And if you're in the greater Westminster area, stop on by and say hello. There's a good chance you'll catch me while I'm here. Happy running. See you around town.